out and, then they probably come out and install them.
No, I tried that. I said, I just moved in here and I have electric, but I'm not getting anything on the meter. The meter turns around and it says Pico on it, so it must have originally been a Pico meter, but when I read the number off to a lady on one of the calls, she said, oh, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. I want you to set it up so that it does exist.
Well, I like it better the way it is now.
Yeah, as long as they're going to be stupid about it, that's working in your favor. The only scary part is if they ever decide to audit or whatever and figure things out, and then
billing me back for the year and a half I've been here so far.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, free electric.
Oh, there he is. Finally giving up on 160.
Why, you want, if I'll go back.
Nah, I probably wouldn't hear you because Dave and Chuck are giving me like S5 tonight.
Well, I'm having a good time there with high quality amplitude modulated type radio fun.
Yeah, but I guess I can't hear you. All I hear is Dave and Chuck talking.
Well, I got out of there 5 minutes to 8. I don't know when you started listening.
That's my problem too. I could hear Dave, I could hear Chuck, VW and Chuck, but I couldn't hear anybody else.
Why, you were listening on 160 tonight?
No, not tonight. Last time I was on.
Yeah, I signed off at 5 minutes to 8 because I had to go get my camera and set it up. But if you don't want me here, I'll go back there.
Oh no. Is 507 able to come here yet, or is he still in antenna limbo?
Well, he didn't update me on it, so I assume he's still horizontal only. Yeah, I didn't ask about that, so I don't know if anything's changed, and I'm sure he would have let me know if he made some changes.
That's why I was able to hear VW on my wire, because he's horizontal.
Oh, he's horizontal. Well, he's horizontal there, but he's also horizontal here right now. Well, the balance line fed antenna seems to be working all right.
Oh, you were using it?
Yeah, that's right. It works.
Well, that's good. Yeah, a lot of wasted effort if it didn't.
Well, now it's nowhere near any windows to the house, so it's pretty safe.
Yeah, I was looking at the picture you sent, and I'm like trying to trace where that feed line's going. It goes up and over and through the trees, and it's like, wow, it doesn't go straight.
Oh, I got to use trees to hang it, and then it disappears into the forest. It's a good, I don't know, 100 feet from the shed before it starts going vertical.
Wow. That's a lot of feed line.
Yeah, I made about 200 feet of it.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of effort.
I know. It took me 2 Saturdays or whatever to put it together.
only to find it curl up in a bunch.
Yeah, that's all right. All I did was uncurl it and then put it where I wanted, and I drilled holes in the side of my shed.
Yeah, well, the shed's your domain, so.
That's right. Well, it's my domain, but it's full of damn lawn and garden crap too that I don't want in there, but it's in there anyway. That was bought for motorcycles. There shouldn't be anything in there but motorcycles and an antenna tuner.
And snow blowers.
Yeah, the snowblower can live in there. That's fine. But there's, let's see, 2 pressure washers, a lawnmower, my wood cart, chainsaws, which is fine, the chainsaws, the snowblower, the BSA, the Harley, shovels, rakes, leaf blowers, weed whackers, all this other crap I don't want in there.
Yeah. I thought you had a lawn service doing all that weird stuff.
I do, but I still have all that other. I still have it. I didn't throw it out.
And it has to go somewhere.
Yeah, and then there's even more stuff in there because when the garage got cleaned out to get the wall rebuilt, like there's a whole, like there's shelves that I'm not allowed to put back. Everything that was hung on the wall, I'm not allowed to hang back. So there's a couple of boxes full of stuff that was hung on the wall. There's another whole box full of stuff that was on shelves. Actually, several boxes of stuff that was on shelves that I'm not allowed to put back. And then when I was putting things back, well, the toolbox has got to go there. Your workbench has to go here. You could put the lathe over there, and don't block the window.
What's this not allowed to put shelves back up nonsense?
Oh no, can't put shelves up. Nope, nothing is allowed on the wall.
Hey, the wife wants to know who said you're not allowed. That's just wrong. Garage is a man's territory.
Well, you can fight it with her about it. I tried, I lost.
I'm sorry, but the shelves were there before, they go back.
Nope. In fact, the shelf is completely gone and missing, which really annoys me because I had a whole bunch of these LED light strips that I put on there so I could light up the shelves in the corners and stuff. It's all gone. I think, oh man, you at least could have let me, salvage the LED lights. You threw everything away.
That's just wrong.
Yeah, I know, especially throwing out my LED lights.
Just taking over the garage. This is wrong. There's just something fundamentally wrong about that.
I agree, 100%. Like, wait a minute. I can't even put my workbench and my toolboxes where I want. I got to put them where you want, and nothing's allowed to go on the wall. Are you? And nothing in front of the window.
What the hell does it care about the window? It's a garage.
Nothing in front of the window. I'm like, what?
I would cut a piece of feed line and just tape it to the window in front of it.
It's too funny because my FM broadcast antenna for my stereo, I did just that. Came back from work the next day. It was on the floor.
Who sees the window?
Well, I don't know. Apparently the wife does. Hiya, Bite Buster.
She wants to see what you're doing in there, that's all.
It's not like she's standing, and if she wants to see what I'm doing in there, she could come in the garage. She don't need to stand and look through the window.
Well, separately, if she could stand, further away.
Hello there, Wagon Master.
Rooster checking in.
Yeah, I meant tire Master. But yeah, I knew you were Rooster. Hello, Rooster.
Hello, Pete, Dave. Hey. Hey.
Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, my wife's sitting here laughing.
I thought the garage was mine, right? You got the rest of the house. The garage. Nope, new wall, can't do it. Nope, can't. Like, I can't even put my workbench where, nope, you got to put it here. Like, you kidding me, right?
No.
I don't know how it is just because, well, all right, I'm not even going to say I did, but we paid for a new rebuilt wall, but I didn't know I was going to lose control over the garage afterwards, or I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. My wife's a pain when it comes to radio stuff, but the garage is mine. There would be no discussion.
Yeah, I thought the garage was mine, till it's not.
Ever since that wall.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a cheap wall, but that should have, not had me forfeit any kind of control over it.
No, none whatsoever. Next, we tell you can't put the car in there.
Oh, I think that would probably be war.
Yeah, I got more pots and lawn junk to put in there. You can't put the car in.
No, that would probably be where I drew the line. And my machines, like, at least my machines are in there. Not exactly where I want it to be, but they're in there. I'll tell you, it is nice. We did have electric outlets put in all along that wall, about 4 or 5 feet high. That's nice.
Yeah, that'd be great. You can wire up all your shelves that you can't put up.
I like, where did my shelving go? So now there's more clutter in my stinking shed because there's nowhere to put it in the garage.
Freestanding shelf?
Yeah. It's not one thing, it's another.
You can't have a freestanding shelf?
Well, yeah, these were shelves that were hung on the wall, and that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Home Depot or something and get some freestanding shelf and just put it in, and then put all kinds of stuff on it. And if you don't like it, I'll tell her, well, you're going to have to remove it.
Well, don't tell her that because she'll do it.
Yeah, I know. I can't throw the gauntlet down because she'll remove antenna wires she don't like. I'm sure she wouldn't have any compunction about removing a shelf.
Yeah, the only way you can get away with that is if you make it so heavy she can't lift it.
There it is.
Oh, well, she'll just take everything on the shelves and throw it away.
Well, now, the trash man only comes, once a week? You got time to intercept that, I would think.
And the trash cans go out Thursday morning after I leave for work.
Yeah, so before Thursday morning, anything gets thrown in the trash can, you can just fish it all back out again.
No, she's smarter than that. She'll wait till I go to work and then throw it out, and then put it out, the trash cans out. Come on now, she's smarter than that.
Well, I mean, before that happens, it's got to be sold. She's got to have it stashed away somewhere, right?
Yeah, on the shelves that she plans on throwing everything out.
I just go out and go to Home Depot or whatever, and everything that was on the shelf, just buy new.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a freestanding floor shelf. Yeah, well, the shelves were hanging from the wall, so I'll just have to get one I can just build onto the floor. And I need shelving. And then she points to the other wall where there's built-in shelving that's full of crap already, and half of it's hers. And like, she goes, use those shelves. I'm like, those shelves are already full.
Yeah. Well, then you take a page out of her book, throw all the junk out, and then put your stuff there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of old paint cans and stuff like that, a bunch of her stuff, and I think I might just do that. I did start clearing some stuff away because some stuff I got to put up on the shelves now. I want it in the garage. I don't want it in a box in the shed that I got to search out.
Yeah, Yeah, you want to know where it is?
I am going to take stuff that's quote unquote hers. I'm just going to throw it out.
There you go. Good for the goose is good for the gander, you know?
Yep, take a page out of her book. Well, you haven't touched it in a year, so I threw it out.
Yeah, it's over here in the corner next to my spool of 450 ohm ladder line.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have it. All this moving stuff around, I still don't know what happened to that spool of that stuff.
I know what happened to it.
Yeah, it went out Thursday morning after I left for work.
Exactly.
I hear a breaker.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, you broke it, so you got to fix it.
All right, I'll fix it. What do you think? What's going on, you guys?
Somebody sounds like they're in the bottom of a trash can.
Yeah, there's too much echo. I don't know who it is, but I think it's Bassmaster, maybe? I don't know.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll turn the echo down. How's that?
Oh, it is 123.
It's 123.
Oh, now that he doesn't have all that trash canny sound in there, I can tell who it is.
That trash can sound.
Yeah, you sound like you were at the bottom of a trash can.
Yeah, you got to run reverb like I run on 160, just enough to give body.
Just enough that you don't know it's there.
Right, that's where I'm running it, but I am running it.
All right, how's that?
You're good.
Okay, there we go.
At least I can know who you are now.
Were you on there listening on 160 when I was on there tonight, or did you get on after I got off?
I must have got on right as you got off because, like I said, the only two guys I heard were Chuck and Dave.
Yeah, well, you must have, I think you would have heard me if I was in there, or at least known I was there.
I would have known if they were talking to you, mentioning you or something, that they were both weak to me tonight because Dave's usually, he can usually hit S9 or slightly better. Chuck, too, is usually up there. But they were both down around S5 tonight.
I don't think Dave was running any power tonight.
Oh, that may account for it, too.
I think Chuck always runs about the same power. But Dave, you never know.
However he feels at any given time.
Oh, but when there's sidebanders nearby, they snuggle up. All of a sudden, he gains like 20 dB.
Yeah, very quietly.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything, but you could see it.
Yeah, all of a sudden the S meter is well into the red zone.
He goes from 40 over to 55 over.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, so who else is out here tonight?
Well, let's see. You're here. We're here. Rooster's here. And Wayne's here. I think Playbuster's here. Other than that, you'd have to do a seance or something.
Present and accounted for.
All right. Yeah, maybe 309's out there, but he's sandbagging.
Yeah, so if he's sandbagging, then we wouldn't know he's there.
Right? But he might get in there just because I said that.
Or he might not, just to prove you wrong.
That's true, too. Hey, there's a new operator out there in Collinsville. He goes by Flip Flop. I don't know if you guys heard him out there yet.
Catch you on the flip flop? No, I have not.
No, he's the Flip Flop.
Catch the flip flop on the flip flop.
On the flip side. Yeah, he just got his antenna up on the roof the other day. So I was just wondering how he's making out, if he got out there or not.
Well, if he's got any kind of power behind it, he should be okay. He's strictly barefoot, he'll be aggressor.
Collegeville, if its antenna's up at any reasonable height, I should hear Collegeville.
Oh yeah, no, you should hear him. He's running I think he's got a Connex 4300.
Oh, that's good. We'll hear that.
As long as we don't hear it with echo.
Yeah, right?
Or just the right amount of echo. Even I should be able to hear Collegeville. Oh, there goes Wayne. Hey, Wayne. There goes Renegade. How about a Renegade?
123 is calling you there, Wayne. Can you hear him?
No. Hello there, 123. I can't hear you. Yeah, Roscoe, you probably got too much noise in that radio. Kick it, John. You gotta, filter that out.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of filters, Wayne, did you get that text I sent you with that MFJ?
Oh, I didn't understand that. I'll have to look at it again.
Yeah, you got to click on it. It'll take you to a link to a Faceplant Marketplace for one of them MFJ noise cancelers.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out. I get very suspicious when people send me a link to click on, if you know what I mean.
You don't need to be suspicious of me. I won't send you anything malicious, but yeah, the guy only wanted $80 for it. That's a good price for one of them things, and I think that might be your only answer to be able to hear well on 80.
Yeah, I still have the antenna tuner for set up for 80 meters, but I plugged in my 11 meter antenna tonight.
Yeah, I think them things are your ticket, because I know a couple of people on 80 meters using them things, and they swear by them.
Yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure tomorrow.
They do seem to work. Although, it all depends on the type of noise and where it's coming from. You may have limited success, or it may work really well.
Well, I figure even if he has noise coming from all around, at least if he can knock it down in a desired direction, it's gotta help.
Yeah, you would think. As long as you can increase the signal to noise ratio.
Is Wayne on his ICOM or is that his Ranger?
What are you on tonight, Wayne? You on the ICOM?
Yeah, correct. I didn't hook up the AL80 though. That's still just sitting here.
And you don't need that.
No, not with this radio. This is probably 30 watts, and then it peaks out at about 100.
Yeah, and that's what they normally do.
If I low drive the AL80, I get a 100 watts carrier, about 300 watts peak.
Yeah. Nice little 6 dB jump.
But I still won't be able to hear him.
You'll hear him better.
I mean, he still won't be able to hear me.
No, that won't help his receive at all.
No, not at all. But I hear him with that one. Not the Ranger, though.
He ran that Ranger into that one tube amp that Pete had there over there. He still got that. That worked out really well.
Yeah, he's still got it, but I don't know why he doesn't use it.
Well, I don't need it with this
No, but you do with the Ranger, and that thing's matched up real nice with the Ranger.
Yeah, I know. That worked pretty well with the Ranger. I have it unplugged right now because I'm not using it. Yeah, that seemed to work really nice with the Ranger.
Yeah, it's matched perfectly for that.
Yeah, I think you were getting like 125 or 130 watts out.
Yeah, and that's with the Ranger only does 2.5 watts dead key.
Which is a good thing for that amp.
That's right, you won't kill it.
I wouldn't use it for sideband though, because this radio, for whatever reason, blows out amps. It blew out my RM amp when I put it on sideband.
That's because it puts out like 30 watts.
Yeah, I know.
That's a little bit much for those kind of amplifiers.
It made the relay click. I heard that, I like shut it off. And then when I hooked it back up, it wouldn't even work on AM.
Pop to the finals.
Hey, Sandbagger, are you running a directional antenna?
No, what?
Are you running a directional antenna?
Yeah, it's a beam.
Yeah, which one?
It's a Mako 103.
Oh, okay, you got a 103? Okay. Which way you pointing?
East.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering it because I thought I saw your signal jump up, and I didn't think it was power. That's why I figured it was a beam. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Where you got? How high is that?
So yeah, I haven't moved it though. It's been pointed east for a while. The control box is in my garage. Until I take the antenna down and fix it again and get everything squared away. And then I'll move the box back in here.
All right, that's really interesting because you weren't giving me like a 3-pounder. You must have flipped the switch then.
I didn't do anything. I would attribute that to local conditions changing.
Oh, okay. I guess that's what it is then. Yeah, because originally you were giving me a 3-pounder, just swinging right around a 3-pounder, but then all of a sudden now you're giving me 4 to 6. It's 4 swinging 6.
Huh. Well, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's working. Now, how high is that beam up off the ground?
Let's see. 30 feet of mast, then the rotor, then another 10 feet. So it's probably about 40 feet to the boom. And then, of course, 9 more feet of the elements.
Right. But the elements go both directions, so about 40 feet, right?
Yeah, give or take.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's working.
Yeah, when I fix it all up and put it back up, I'd like to raise it a little bit. Not too much. Because I don't, wind loading and all that. But well, it's about 2 or 3 feet to the rotor and, 10 feet up to the mast, or up to the boom. But then, the elements hang down 9 feet, so it's probably only maybe 3 feet off the roof.
Right. So yeah, that would affect it.
We could.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it when anything is near them. I mean, it changes a little bit. Right, every little piece of some kind of structure or whatever interferes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not when it's 100 feet up in a poplar tree.
Well, then the tree is the only thing that interferes with it.
Doesn't seem to.
Yeah, but I noticed your receive thing is still going on.
Yep, it is.
I was watching that last video gate, and I noticed, you still haven't put last week's up. but the last one before that, I was watching the meter going ting, 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 ting. And I'm like, yeah, here we go.
Yep, still doing it. It's doing it tonight.
That's just bizarre.
I think I know where it is. Not 100% sure. But it's one of them damn end connectors on a piece of LMR 400. And, I tried to take it apart, put it back together, and obviously it didn't help. So maybe that's not it. I don't know.
You would think if you could clean it up or tighten up the fitting or whatever so it makes a better contact, that would solve the problem. But if it didn't solve the problem, then that's probably not the problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The only solution is to run all new coax, and that's not happening.
No. Travel will end up at the curb on Thursdays.
Yeah, maybe I need to just run balance line feeders all the way out to my IMAX.
Well, if they don't block the window.
I like that balance line feeder. That stuff looks cool.
It does seem to work, but from an attractiveness perspective, it looks kind of hokey. But, that's just my opinion.
I think it looks like real radio.
Yeah, real radio from the 1920s.
Yeah, well, the stuff is effective. There ain't no loss.
It does seem to work.
Now I need a damn servo motor and put it out there on my capacitor so I can remote tune it.
Yeah, and then you also have to be able to move the jumpers.
That's only if I want to change bands. Right now, I just want to be able to fine tune it from in here.
Yeah, I don't suppose. I guess it could drift a little bit. You typically don't move frequencies. You stay right there.
Yeah, that's a bonus. We're not moving all over the 160 band. We're in one place every time.
And that's a good thing. Makes life easier.
Yeah, especially on that band. You move more than 20 kilohertz in either direction. I don't care what antenna you got. You need to retune it.
Yeah, they're not broad down there.
Yeah, you're not covering the whole band without retuning. It's just not going to happen.
I don't think you can make an antenna that would be more than, 50 kilohertz wide or something.
Yeah, not down there.
The lower you go, the tighter it gets.
Pete, your tuner works real good for me on 80 meters. Although you're right, if I have to go 20 kilohertz, I would have to retune it.
80 meters, you should get a little bit more than 20 kilohertz. You might be able to get, 40 either side of tuned frequency before the SWR goes up too much.
Yeah, I haven't tried that.
I got a weird problem. Well, I won't say problem. I'll say situation. I had the 40-meter stick in the original location. It was rather narrow, and if I moved 20, 30 kilohertz, I'd have to, touch it up and tune it again, to get the SWR down to the lowest point. But now, where I moved it over, and with the 80-meter stick also on there, and they're both connected to the tuner, now it seems like the 40-meter stick has gotten broad. I could tune it up at 7,200, let's say, and I could go 50 kilohertz in either direction, and the FWR really doesn't change.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't have an explanation for that. You know, and if I disconnect the 80 meter stick, then it doesn't do that anymore. But the only, the 80 meter sticks in port 1 and the 40 meters in port 2 on the tuner, and it's just the sharing of the grounds somehow does something.
Well, that's got to be it then. It's sharing the grounds. It's giving you more counterpoise, which broaden the bandwidth of the antenna. It's the only thing I could guess.
Yeah, but then the funny part about it is if I measure the resistance between the two shields, they're already basically shorted together. Somehow the two gutters are connected through the flashing or whatever, but I haven't even run the wire to jump them together, but it would seem that I don't have to.
And you haven't really had much opportunity to try out the 80 meter stick, have you?
Only, who did I talk to? I guess it was you. Yeah, you're probably the only one I've talked to on 80. Hey, Northside, where are you at today?
Yeah, well, I think we're kind of stuck on 160 from now until spring before Dave wants to go back to 80. But maybe, us ourselves can go there at some point in the evening and try it out.
Well, we'll try it one night when you and me and Piero and whoever else wants to get in there on, do 40 meters. We can maybe jump to 80 real quick and see if it works. And see if I can make it to Piero at least. And that would be interesting.
I think just instead of going to 40, we all go to 80, and then Wayne could join us. Well, Wayne could join us on 40 or 80. He knows how to do that without changing things around. But yeah, just go on 80. If we can make it to Piero on 40, we can make it to him on 80.
Yeah, it made me this nice handle so that my hand doesn't interfere with the capacitor.
Yeah. Well, the NVIS on 80 tends to be better at night, where on 40 it tends to be better during the day.
That's right.
So, yeah, 80 at night might not be bad.
I was on 160, I think it was Monday night. Had a station from Massachusetts in there. I talked to a station in Upper New York State for a while, and then the Timtron up in Maine, he popped in for a bit.
Yeah, good old Timtron.
Yeah, and he did what Timtron typically does. We have a nice round table going with 4 guys, and he goes into a 10-minute long old buzzard transmission, and then everybody lost interest.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that some people need the monologue like that. Each camp should probably last no more than maybe a minute or two, and that'd be the most.
Yeah, and I could even see going 3 or 4 minutes if you're really trying to explain something in some kind of detail or something. Anyway, Jim and I signed out, came over here, and I was joking. I was like, if you need to ID twice during your transmission, then you're talking too long.
It's a kind of a dumb thing to do on a band that's noted for shifting conditions, You don't know if the person you're talking to is going to hear you when you unkey the microphone.
And that's kind of what happened, too. When he first came in there, he's coming in really well. And then when he went on his monologue, conditions changed a little bit. I mean, I could still tell he was in there, but, I was only copying him, intelligibly 75 to 80%. So I was losing stuff. I'm like, wow, this is way too much like work.
Yeah, right. I like armchair copy.
The guy in Massachusetts was still good copy, but getting up to Maine, it started to get a little bit of fringy. But he said he was hearing us fine, but he was also running more than 3 dB less power. He was doing 100 watts carrier, and we were all at like 250.
Yeah, that can make a difference.
Yeah, I could hear him, but the static crashes were taking him out, and taking out words here and there, and that just makes it too tedious.
Yeah, it's like trying to listen to one of these knuckleheads with their Chinese walkie-talkie on one of the repeaters, and their audio is so damn weak. You can't. It's like, dude, man, do something with that thing.
Yeah, drill a hole in the microphone.
Do something. My God, it's like so low. You gotta crank your audio or volume control up just to hear it. And then, of course, the hiss is in there, and it makes it harder to copy. And then, of course, you forget to turn it down, and the next guy comes in and blasts your eardrums out.
Chinese junk. And it's not like the Chinese don't know how to mic a microphone. I got my $12 condenser microphone, and everybody seems to like that.
Well, even a stop clock is right twice a day. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut once in a while. So, once in a while, the Chinese can hit one out of the park.
Well, JR liked that microphone so much, he bought a couple of them himself.
Couple of them?
Yeah. I think he's bought one for each radio or something.
Oh, I thought maybe he was going for stereo or something.
That's my next step. I need another good receiver. I could use both my 160 doublets, 2 receivers, mute them both with the transmitter, run their audio outputs into separate channels in my stereo, and then listen in headphones. Then I have some diversity reception.
Oh no, you've got a DEI receiver.
That's right, diversified, equitable, and inclusive.
Yeah, which means it doesn't perform well.
Oh, I don't know. I think in opposition to the political DEI, I think DEI and radio reception like that might work out.
Yeah, you never know.
Two antennas that are perpendicular to each other, coming into 2 separate receivers, and each receiver going into a different earphone and a headset. I think that'll work out nice.
It might confuse your brain a little, but I know guys that have done that, and one antenna would be favored for a little bit, and then it switches to the other one as the conditions, perturbate over the course of their conversation. And, you might fade out on one, but he still hears on the other, so your conversation can continue. But to have one going in one ear and one going in the other, I don't know. I think your brain would probably get scrambled after a while.
I'll go visit Wayne first and then come home and try it.
You might not know what band you're on.
Wow, I'd go, wow, man.
I just pulled up on stage.
I got all kinds of bands now. I just have to switch coaxes.
You need a coax switch.
Well, his isn't as simple as doing that.
Well, it never is it?
I tried. I tried to put some knife switches in down here when I had this was last week. I had the balance line tuner down here, and then I got the MFJ tuner, and I've been keeping the balance line tuner tuned up on 160, and then I was using the MFJ for 80. But I was having to switch my 450 ohm twin lead from one tuner to the other tuner to do that. I'm like, well, why don't I just hook up some knife switches? I'll bring the antenna lead in and put it in the center of the 2 pair of switches, and then have one set open to go to one tuner, and one set closed, and then the other set closed to go to the other one, and open up the opposite set. That did not work out, and I don't understand why.
Well, it sounds simple in concept.
Yeah, so I'm bringing in the antenna lead. I got two double pole knife switches set together, connected in the center with twin lead. And I brought the antenna in and I put it in that center right there on, a pair of lugs. So going one way, it goes to one tuner. Going the other way, it goes to the other tuner. So the tuner that you're not using, you open the knife switch. Didn't work. I caught doing the freaking antenna.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because I would think that, everything's out in the open anyway. I mean, I wouldn't do something like that with coax, but since it's open wire feed line, I mean, it should have worked.
It should have worked. I don't know if it was the extra length of twin lead, that I needed to use, like screwed everything up or what, but I couldn't make it work. I was so annoyed. Like, it's so simple. Why does that not work?
Well, it's one of those mysteries of RF that we never can figure out.
So now I got these pair of knife switches connected together with a short piece of twin lead on a board mounted to my ceiling, and I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah, you better hope it doesn't take a run on Thursday.
She won't even see it. She won't even notice. I'm telling you, she won't even notice that.
Make sure you nail it in good and tight.
Oh, it's nailed. It's nailed in. She'd have to take a claw hammer to get it undone for sure.
Well, never underestimate a pissed off woman with an agenda and a claw hammer.
Still don't understand why that didn't work. The only thing that changed, it was, okay, the knife switches, but they're the same distance apart. I made sure of that. And just, an extra, I don't know, call it 4 or 5 feet, the twin lead from the switch, like added onto the whole thing from what it was. Like, I don't understand why I called it twinning antenna.
So what, were you using a single knife switch that was double pole?
No, two double pole knife switches.
2 double poles?
Well, yeah, because it's 2 poles. There's the left side and the right side.
That would be a single pole double throw.
I think it's a single pole single throw.
Single pole single throw would be open closed.
That's right. Open or closed. I got 2 switches. They each are opened or closed.
Oh. See, I was visualizing a double pole, double throw knife switch. They do make those. And then you'd have the 2 pieces of twin lead on one end going to one tuner, and on the other end, you have the other 2 going to the other tuner, and then in the middle, you have your piece going to the antenna. And all you do is flip it back and forth. And that should do it.
Yeah, well, those are expensive and take a month to 6 weeks to get here, and I'm using one of them on my balance line tuner. So I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to go cheap because this was an experiment. I didn't want to spend that much money or wait that long. So I essentially am using 2 single throw switches, but it made it basically what we're talking about, because I mounted them in such a way, let's call it the input side on the 2 of them, right, are connected with ladder line. And I brought the antenna and I connected it to that center part there where they're both connected to each other with ladder line. And then on either the left and the right side, I connected into the tuners. So I could open one set of poles or the other set of poles to direct it to either tuner. You follow?
So basically what you got is 4 switches.
Yeah, I got 4 switches and I fed it in the center. The antenna goes into the center of the 2 switches, but there's 4 switches, but I consider them at 2 because there's 1 pair for one antenna and 1 pair for the other antenna.
Right. So yeah, the antenna part is connected to a common between each pair of switches. And depending on which ones you open two on one side or and close two on the other, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay. That should have worked.
I agree. It should have worked, but it didn't. And I can't figure out why. You know, like I even the extra length of feed line should have just made the tuning different, but I still should have been able to tune it.
I would agree. Unless you somehow wired something weird or the switches are strange in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're just plain crap Chinese junk. Well, it's a moot point now because I don't need it anymore. You know, I just use the antenna switch on the MFJ now. I either go to the balance line here or antenna 1, which antenna 1 goes out to the balance line tuner out in the shed. So that's a moot point anymore anyway.
Oh, well, since it's dead, you stop talking about it.
Yeah. But I'm going to leave it there as a remembrance of an experiment that I tried that failed.
Well, there was no magic smoke involved, so it's probably not a bad thing.
And they could always come in handy for something else in the future. Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah, and I bought 6 of them for like $5. I got 6 switches for $5, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, but I keep thinking you get what you pay for, and it keeps repeating in my mind there.
Yeah, true. But for a short-term experiment, I didn't want a big outlay either.
Yeah, but like several thousand miles away, some little guy with slanted eyes is laughing at you.
Yeah, probably.
So there's Skip coming in there.
Well, tell Skip to go home.
Yeah, who needs a freaking Skip? Thankfully, I'm pointed east. I hear nothing.
My antenna's so low, I don't hear Skip either.
Well, my antenna's high, and I'm not hearing Skip.
There must have been a CME or something the other day. We had northern lights visible up at the lake there were anyway. And kind of shut things down for a while. Even 40 meters was off.
I saw a solar flux over 300. And ever since I've been following this stuff and looking at that stuff, I don't ever remember a solar flux over 300.
That should mean the conditions are good.
Should have been, but it didn't. I was on 15 meters the day after, and I wasn't able to turn up diddly. There were some sidebanders on 10 meters coming out of Europe, but there's no AMers.
Well, maybe in a couple of months you'll have your chance.
Oh, I don't even think I got to wait that long. I 1 week, maybe 2 on the outside.
Well, that all depends on what the sun's going to be up to.
Oh, I think it'll be up to enough.
Yeah, I got to kick my rear in gear, and now's the time to do the antenna. So I think in the next week or so, I want to try to do this thing.
Yeah, you got to do the thing. I got to get over to Trains. I think this coming Monday I'll be going over to his place to try and retune that DX100. And then I got a line made up with a 8-ohm resistor to short out his speaker on key up.
Oh, so he doesn't get feedback.
Yeah, so it doesn't squeak on his key up, which is too funny because, you know, if he was on this band, he'd want to squeak. You don't want it there.
Yeah, you don't want that Browning ping on the ham band. Of course, you can tell everybody you're running a Browning, you just converted it over.
Yeah, then they give you a pass. Or you just tell them you're using antique junk and you get a pass.
Yeah, antique junk has reverence.
Yeah, you can get away with stuff. If you're telling them you're using boat anchor gear, you get away with stuff you wouldn't otherwise get away with.
Or if you tell them you built it yourself.
That's also a truism.
Homebrew transmitter.
Yeah, you'll get some latitude.
Now, maybe some truckers on my end, but that warehouse has long since gone away.
The warehouses went away. What?
Yeah, I used to get the warehouse broadcast here on this channel. And finally, I guess they stopped using that frequency or the radio. No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, I hear some skip land starting to roll in there now.
There you go.
Yay. Time to advance the squelch a little more.
Yeah, maybe the warehouses are all using FRS radios now instead of CB.
About time.
That would be smart, actually.
Channel 13 is not the skip channel. You need to go to any other channel, but not 13. 13 is a non-skip user channel.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless your name is Night Ranger or something like that.
Yeah, or the Menace, or what's the other guy that we haven't heard in a while? 706 or whatever the heck that was.
Or Space Lady.
Oh yeah, love Space Lady.
Oh no.
Night Ranger usually will message me if he thinks he hears us or something. Or if he can hear us on the SDR receiver in California or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he goes around to different SDRs to see if he can hear us?
Yeah, well, he's checking the conditions, you know. And I think the one night time he heard us in Costa Rica or something.
How about that Desperado?
That's too funny.
Desperado, you got a copy tonight?
Yeah, he's got no conditions to South Carolina, but he can hear us in Costa Rica.
Well, no, it's the bluegrass state.
Hey, I wonder if he could get on. I guess I'd like to see. We could like trying to get him on 160.
Well, he certainly has the real estate to put up an antenna, but I don't know if he's got any interest in going there.
I appreciate you, Jim.
I don't think he does a lot of hand-band work. He seems to enjoy building huge Lazy H and curtain antennas for this band and being heard in Hawaii.
Yeah, there's a certain appeal to that. I get it, but if if he put up a decent antenna on the right conditions, I think South Carolina is probably doable 160.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not real experienced in propagation on 160. I know 40 meters I think I can make it to South Carolina. I was tuning SDR receivers down as far as North Carolina. I heard myself. 80 meters, 40 meters. It's all conditions.
Well, I don't think South Carolina is any further away than Maine.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably no further away. If you can hear Timmy, then you can hear. Again, though, it's conditions. And, what kind of power. I know he's got good amplifiers down there. He's got a collection of amplifiers. He's got an L4B, He's got something else. I forget what it is, but he's got a couple of good 3500Z amps.
Yeah, so it's not like he wouldn't have enough power either.
And he's got a handful of ham radios too. He's got a couple of Kenwoods, and I think he's got a Yaesu or something.
Yeah, well, now he just needs a 160 dipole.
Yeah. Just don't stretch it out like I had to and go through 3 neighbors' yards.
That's too funny. You can't put up one, and yet I got 2 of them up perpendicular from each other and still got room left over.
Yeah, I'd have to put it up in a U shape or something. If I stretched it out straight, it goes through my yard, the next door neighbor's yard, and halfway through the next neighbor's yard.
Yeah, and I got 2 of them perpendicular in my own backyard. Not even in the front side of the house, but all behind the house.
That's the difference between a third of an acre and 3 acres.
Well, you could do an inverted L and turn it into an inverted U, or who knows, go vertical.
I'll tie a piece of wire to my drone and send it up 243 feet in the air.
There you go. Just got to keep it aloft for an hour or 2.
That's where the problem comes in. I think I got about 20 minutes of battery time.
How about that northeast corner, Tango 6?
And what happens when you send 100 watts into the antenna? Like, is that going to mess with the drone itself?
Well, the drone is operated at Wi-Fi frequencies in the gigahertz range, but that's not to say that that kind of power level might mess with the computer circuits in there, and next thing you know, it's flying to China.
Well, maybe something like my butternut ground-mounted vertical might get you there. The thing kind of sucks on 160, but you might be able to get away with something like that.
Well, yeah, but you just uttered the key phrase right there. It kind of sucks on 160.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I mean, I guess if that's all I had, but it's down like not just a couple of S units, but many S units under my wires. It's like, this thing sucks. Although it's a good receive antenna, and I actually use it the most for receiving broadcast band AM, because it seems to work the best for that at nighttime.
Yeah, now see, my 80 meter stick is completely deaf on the 80 meter or on the AM broadcast band. I've completely run out of tuner coverage on it, and there's only a couple of religious stations like 1340 or something like that I can even hear. KYW is like in the mud, and it's like, oh my God, I'm better off like sticking the coax to my CB antenna just on the pin, and then I can hear AM broadcast a lot better.
Yeah, that's mostly when I use that butternut ground mounted vertical, is for nighttime AM broadcast band listening. That's what it gets used the most. That's what I use it for. Sometimes I'll A-B it on like 40 meters between that and the wire, and on 40 meters it stands up a lot better. It sometimes actually is better, but mostly it's the same as the wire, or the wire is better, but it's pretty close contest really. On 80 it's never as good as the wire. On 160 it's definitely never as good as the wire. But I mean, if you got nothing else, you can at least transmit on the thing.
Yeah, I can transmit on my 80 meter stick too, but I think only Train can hear me.
I think you might have a little bit better chance on that butternut ground mounted vertical. I mean, Piero must have used it, right?
Is that where you got it?
Yeah, I dug it out of his backyard.
Yeah, well, he did use it. Like that story that I like to tell, where he was on there he had that thing at the very end of his property, right butt up against his neighbor's house, and he was on there. I forget what band he was on, but the next day they hauled his neighbor out in a stretcher. He had a pacemaker. I'm thinking, geez, he killed the guy.
Oh, man.
That's right along. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the only antenna I had, I guess I'd use it, but it's pretty good on 40 meters, but 80 or 160, I'm glad I'm not stuck with it.
Well, see, that's the thing, you know, they're not that tall. So the lower you go in frequency, the more of a compromise it becomes. I bet that antenna works pretty well on 15 and 20.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work there at all because it's a 40, 80, 160 antenna. It's not the BT6V. It's the BT2V with a 160 coil on it.
Oh, it doesn't do the other bands. I thought it was 10 through 160.
No, it's 40 through 160. And it's a full-size quarter wave on 40, and that's probably why it does as well as it does there. But it's still bigger on 80 than what you got now. I would think it would have to do better than that, or I don't know. I would think it would, but not necessarily so, but I would think it would because there's more antenna there, even so. And 160, like, you got nothing.
I just don't think I'm destined to be on 160. It's not in the cards.
You can do it, Dave. I know you can do it. Good evening, y'all.
Hello, Jim.
There he is. JR.
We'll just throw a piece of... we'll throw one of those ham sticks there. Get 2 80-meter ham sticks, put them together. Then we go for 160. That won't work, will it?
Probably not.
No, you just made a loaded 80-meter dipole.
More wire. More
real estate.
I wonder. They must, but I don't know for certain. But there's got to be a 160 mobile antenna out there that some knucklehead is buying and trying.
Well, you know what he actually needs, though. He could do that, but you have to. Yeah, and it's a shame you missed out on it. I had one of those little Tar Heels screwdriver antenna, and that had a 160 whip on it.
Did you ever use it on 160?
Actually, I did. I took the original whip off of it. They gave you 2 whips, 2 or 3 whips, and I did. I put it on 160, and yeah, it worked.
Well, there you go. Put a screwdriver antenna up there on the rain gutter.
Is that the one with the servo motor that automatically tunes?
That is correct, yes. Yeah, it had a tuner box on it. It had what would you say, a programmable box on it. And, once you set it all up, you just go from band to band, and it does it automatically.
Those things are insanely expensive.
I think that one I bought new for $200.
Yeah, they're more than that now. I think they're over 3.
Yeah, well, don't go pricing a butternut B2V with the 160 coil then, because they're about $600.
Holy crap!
I'll give you 50 cents.
Yeah, I would not pay $600 for that antenna. I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, that's what they go for.
That's ridiculous. I mean, the price of aluminum may have gone up, but it hasn't gone up that much.
Yeah, well, that's what that antenna goes for now.
I won't be buying one of those.
I'll trade you mine if you fix a half a dozen of my radios that are broken.
I might actually say yeah, but I don't have a place to put this stinking thing.
Yeah, you do. Put it right there beside your beam out there in the backyard.
Yeah. Hide it behind the garage.
Well, yeah, I don't know how that would work, though, so close to a building like that.
Yeah. I have to hide it somewhere.
Yeah, and then you got to put out 16 radials at 160 meters.
Oh, yeah, through all my neighbors' yards.
Well, I don't think they have to be straight, but you just have to have that much metal or that much wire.
One radial will go from one end of my yard to the other.
And back again.
Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Yeah, you can't run that thing without radials.
No, well, you could, but it won't. It'll be super, super narrow.
And it'll be even more sucky than it is with the radials.
Yeah, right. So basically, it's varying degrees of suck.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah, speaking of which, where is Train? It's past the time when he should be pulling into the station.
Break Train's not here, but hello.
Let me check 160.
What'd you say, Pete?
I said, let me check 160. He was on there after Jim and I left there Monday night. He was in there talking with people.
Yeah, but he knows this is Classic Radio Wednesday. I don't think he would turn that opportunity down. So if he's not here, there must be a pretty compelling reason why not. And hello, Joker. Good to hear you.
Good evening, Joker.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Joker.
Pete, JR, Sandbagger, good evening.
Joker.
And the Rooster.
50 degrees of suck.
Yeah, I got home late, just got finished eating dinner, so I figured I'd pop on in. Yeah, I'm in here too. Hello, Rooster and JR. Hello, Wayne. I'll say back to you.
Good evening there, Mr. Wayne.
And hello, Wayne.
Yeah, I'm just in here sandbagging, following the conversation. Is it like following the bouncing dot? Figured I'd fire up the SST tonight.
SSP?
SST isn't Tom, that little Browning mobile.
Oh, that's a good little radio.
How's it sounding?
Sounding real good.
Boy, Dave, you know you're right about the price. They're outrageous now. Apparently, they don't do the Tar Heel 200 no more. I believe that's what I had with that extra whip for 160. They don't. They're not doing that. You got to go to the Tar Heel 300A, and that is $929.
Yeah. People are all on drugs.
Crazy.
That's nuts.
It really is. It really is.
That's only because today's hams can't make their own antenna.
I do not represent that statement.
But you know, the 160 antenna on the mobile, that's you got to get quite creative.
Yeah, you can drag a 248 foot piece of wire behind your car.
Just get some hot air balloons and some helium balloons. Put them out in your yard when you want to talk.
I like the drone idea.
Yeah, I like the balloon idea because I think the balloon would stay aloft a little longer than my drone.
Just don't get the Mylar. That might mess up the reflection.
Use the Mylar. Be a capacitance hat. Then it doesn't need to be as long.
People would think he's having a birthday at his house every weekend.
How far away are you from an airport, Dave? You might have to put a beacon light on that.
Well, I guess the closest airport to me would be Pottstown Municipal. But that's what, 4 miles, 5 miles?
Yeah. Train, he would have to put a beacon light if he did that.
elevation out of it.
Yeah, until it dragged your radio right out the window.
Gotta watch out for those windows.
I picked a bad radio for a skip-filled night.
Which radio is that?
The one that's susceptible to adjacent channel interference very easily. SBS Trinidad.
Oh, yeah, with the broad bandwidth.
I'm hearing a little bit in there, not bad. It's funny because I don't even know when I dropped it, but I haven't even raised my antenna up back to where I usually talk to you guys on in months. Probably 2 or 3 at least.
No.
You know, just crank it up and leave it up there.
Yeah, well, it's not the way it's supposed to be. So when we're getting those really bad storms, I like to bring it down a little bit. One of these days, when I get a free weekend, which looks like it's going to be November, I'll work on it.
Yeah, temperatures will be freezing. Yeah. Do it while you got the good weather. That's what you got to do.
Everybody knows antennas work in inverse proportion to the weather conditions.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is the stuff I have to do while the weather's nice, I can't put off till the weather's not nice.
Well, you let your wife do that kind of work, then you do the antenna work.
Well, she doesn't know how to run a PA system. I'm not going to let her drive any of my vehicles, so I'm kind of stuck.
I'll be in and out here tomorrow. Maybe okay, she coming home.
Oh, I thought you were. Okay. All right. Well, you don't train her. That's what it is, see? She's not allowed to drive your vehicles?
Very few people. I could probably count on one hand the amount of people that I would let drive my show vehicles. It's very few and far between. And then, I mean, we're all at the age. You know how the difference is between driving a new car and an old car, and an old car that's not a normal car. You have to drive them. You just can't get in and turn the key.
Okay. I kind of understand your dilemma. All right. Well, listen, you have to go a weekend without the show, and you got to do the antenna. You got to, because you know, you do that antenna right, you can leave it up all the time. You don't have to bring it up and down.
10-4. Yeah, that usually takes about 5 minutes. So if I do that another 40 times this year, it'll equal a weekend.
You're going to have arms on you like Popeye.
People already say I have Popeye arms. I'll get to it.
And for you will. I'm just busting.
Yep, I got it. I gotta clean this stupid radio room out so it hasn't get rid of it being my storage room.
But I bet you could put shelves on the wall.
Yeah, I could do that. I just have too much stuff hanging on the wall. That's the problem. You know, all my trophies and plaques for winning car shows that I go to on the weekends instead of putting my antenna up.
Priorities.
I think every time I've done major antenna work, it's been either October, November, or like March, April. April's not bad, but
Oh, at least it's not 100-degree weather when you're doing it then. Maybe that's why.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know what I would rather have anymore: the 100-degree weather or the 10-degree weather. I don't know. My body doesn't seem to like either extremes anymore.
No.
Oh, that is a definite sign of old age right there. You hit that right on the head.
I actually yelled at wind today.
My comfort zone starts at 60 and ends at 80 with low humidity.
I actually yelled at wind today.
Yells at the wind? I do that all the time when it's cold.
I had a project at work, and I had plastic sheeting outside, and I was trying to tape something, and every time when I got to it, the wind would blow.
Oh, yeah.
The boss was like, "What are you yelling at?" I said, "The wind."
Mike, Channel, about it. 302, down here at the Southern Temple Elevator, loaded.
That's what happens. The weather is, always seems like, whenever you set out to do something outdoors, it throws a curveball at you one way or another. It's just the way it works.
Yep. But anyway, nice talking to you guys. I'll step back on the side for a bit.
Well, you don't have to duck out of there. Just,
Having, what's it? Shabby Gabby, or how do they say that?
Chatty Cathy?
That's it.
For some reason, I thought the day was Friday. I'm a little off course.
It's okay. I keep thinking it's Tuesday.
We start losing track of time. Oh, no.
I mean, we just had a holiday weekend, and Monday felt like Sunday, and, Tuesday felt like Monday, and today feels like Tuesday.
Don't worry, guys. It's definitely Thursday.
And your trash is a day late, as my wife reminded me, because I started to do the deed of taking the trash down. She says, "No, not today. It's a day late."
$1 short.
So, Dave, what are you running tonight anyway?
I'm running a Midland 13898B.
Oh, wow. Sounds good. Yeah, good deal. It's a working.
Yeah, this one does all right. I fattened up the bottom end a little bit, changed out a couple of caps in the mic circuit, so it had a little bit more low end because it was kind of thin before. It could have been the caps were wearing out and they just made it worse than stock, but I think this works out a little better.
Indeed. Yep. It sounds fuller. And, it sounds like what we're used to hearing you when you're on your good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's the same Silver Eagle mic, but, I try to set things up somewhat the same, with a few exceptions.
Where'd Pete go?
Well, let's see. He's probably either emptying his bladder or refilling an adult beverage.
Well, both of the above is true.
Ah, very good. Very good. That's a wicked cycle, you know. Leave it out and fill it up.
Man went out.
Yeah, you don't buy it. You just rent it for a little while.
Did you make 160 tonight?
I did indeed.
Ah, good deal. Yeah, I missed the boat. I got in here too late, but it's all right.
I was on my open wire feeders antenna tonight. I put my balance line tuner out in my shed and then coax into the house so the wife won't rip it down.
Ah. You don't want her ripping it down.
Oh, as long as I'm not going by any windows in the house, it's all good.
Well, you know what the ground rules are, so yeah, as long as you comply, she's happy, you're happy. That's all that counts.
Well, it's funny because I got my 450 ohm window line going through by the dining room window, but I guess it's not as visible or as objectionable because she left that alone. But that 5-inch spaced balanced open wire feeder, she didn't like that at all.
Well, his window line.
Yeah, but I guess three-quarter inch wide. I think that's somewhere around that vicinity compared to your 6-inch masterpiece. Yeah, well, you know.
I think it's a work of art.
Oh, Pete, you're such an artist.
That stuff looks beautiful hanging there, going from my shed out and disappears in the woods. I keep, every time I go out there, I look at it like, that looks beautiful.
He's trying to contact the Titanic.
Actually, I thought it was a ladder for the squirrels, but I don't know.
Well, it does a whole lot more horizontal travel than it does vertical.
When do you get your spark gap transmitter?
Yeah, I'll see you on 500 kilohertz.
Ooh, never played with that.
Actually, I think, what do we had, a band down there at 600 and something, and another one even further down, 1100 something? I don't know. No. I'm thinking in meters. 630 meters, and heck, I can't remember the other one.
Yeah, we've got something down there, like 300 kilohertz, or 300 hertz, yeah. 300 kilohertz. And down around 100, maybe 170 kilohertz. It used to be the experimenter band.
Yeah, and you're allowed 1 watt ERP.
Oh boy.
Yeah, which pretty much means you're going to run like FT8 or something.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that goes on. Slow speed CW or some kind of digital mode. Nothing I'm interested in.
Have to buy a particular radio to do that. I don't think I got any gear that goes down that far.
Nothing I'm interested in. Yeah, I got enough real estate for a 160 meter antenna. I don't think I got enough real estate for a 300 kilohertz antenna.
Oh, God. Mine would go down to the end of the street.
Yeah, I'd have to go all the way up there to the top of the volcano crater.
Actually, Pete, I do go down that low.
Oh yeah, my Yaesu will dial down there, but you know it's weird though. Like my Kenwood went down there too, and it would actually I could hear non-directional beacons and things like that. But my Yaesu, I go down there and I get AM broadcast band images. The radio don't work so well down there.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I don't know if it transmits or not. I'll have to check it out.
I doubt it transmits there. But you can receive there if it goes there for sure. But yeah, you ain't got you got to do funky stuff with antennas too. You got to like take a micro Henry or a Henry type choke and put it in line with your antenna, and then it'll work.
Here we go. I just got a text from Night Ranger. He could hear you.
Who, me?
Yeah, he said he heard you talking about the volcano crater.
Woohoo! Where is he listening at home or SDR?
I think he's listening at home.
Countywide.
I don't know if you can hear me. I got the beam pointed east, so.
Where is he located at?
South Carolina.
Good grief.
Yeah. Well, he's got enough antenna. If he hears me, I should hear him.
Right. The conditions aren't all that strong. They're just kind of, kind of there in the background. Right.
There's a breaker.
Go ahead, breaker.
Go ahead, breaker.
Hey, I appreciate it. This is Groundhog. I'm out here in Mobile. Where are you guys at?
Oh, I'm up here in Reading, Pennsylvania, if you know where that's at. I didn't quite get where you were at. You faded in and out on me, but try it again.
I am in Missouri. 45 miles south of St. Louis.
Ah, there you go, out there in good old Missouri. Okay, that time I heard you 100%. Well, you got JR, that's what they call me up here, and like I said, we're about 45 miles northwest of Philadelphia, but yeah, got a good copy on that time, over.
Copy on that. You guys are sounding good. I just wanted to get a jump in there and wave the hand at you.
Hey, okie dokie, well, appreciate the holler, you take care. You ever hear me in there again, give old JR a holler. 73s, good luck.
There you go.
I guess we certainly have conditions.
Yeah. In and out.
Yeah, well, I made it to South Carolina.
Without even trying.
Well, I want you doing still low. You don't got a hole. You got it mixed up, ain't it?
The old SBE Trinidad.
That's what I'm running too, same thing.
Yeah, but mine's not a Frankendad.
Yeah, but mine don't bleed over. Mine don't receive a lot of bleed.
Well, it sounds good. You take care of all that bleed when you're talking.
That's a good deal. Yeah, running your microphone.
I was wondering, I was going to ask that. That damn microphone for $12 is the best damn thing I ever heard.
Oh yeah, I just kind of went with it, you know. Excuse me. So anyway, yeah, you're right. $12, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I wish we had these $12 microphones when the old 05 was running its $1,000 Newman. Oh, that would have been the best.
I wish I would have had my Washington one. He did that.
Yeah, sound a whole lot better for a whole lot less money.
That's the idea.
Even with all my outboard processing and EQ and limiting and everything, the microphone, I still didn't spend $1,000.
Well, you know, Gene, something, you know, its impact is greater if he spent a lot more money on it.
Well, at least he's not dead, so we can continue to talk about him.
Yeah, at least not that I know of. He's not dead.
Is he still functionable?
Well, not like he used to be.
Yeah, I understood that. But he's not bedridden, right?
No, he's not bedridden, but he seems to have regressed to a more childlike state. I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
He'll come in here and he'll say 05, Florida. I hear you, Pete. That's what he's going to say.
Yeah, but he's not in Florida anymore. He's in West Virginia.
Oh, he bounced around. West Virginia, oh man.
Yeah, he's living with one of his sisters.
Oh, okay. Wow. Ah, well, I did not know that.
At least that was the last that I heard when I checked in on him. His other sister, who still lives in Ohio, she posts pictures every now and then when they have family get-togethers, and sometimes he'll be him, and you know, I'll get to see him, you know, holding the double thumbs up and stuff, you know.
Man, yeah, I haven't seen him in years. Geesh, he's probably looking like us, old.
Yeah, for a while he had a full beard going on, and then he got rid of that. He put on a little bit of weight, a lot of weight actually, and then he kind of lost some of that. So he's like all over the map.
Apparently, it's whatever mood he's in. That's the way it's going to be, I guess. But anyway, I'm glad to hear he's still kicking anyway.
Oh, JR.
Oh, good evening there, Rooster. How the heck are you?
Just wanted to say hello.
Hello, Mr. Rooster. Yeah, good to hear you in there.
How are you feeding that microphone into that Trinidad? You going through that preamp?
No, my EQ got the phantom voltage already in it.
So how are you going from balanced to unbalanced?
Well, there's a jack in the back. And then it goes into, that's where it's going. Let me see. It goes from the microphone to the jack in the back. Then it comes out the EQ into the radio.
So you got a unbalanced output on the EQ?
Wow, unbalanced? No, I don't think so.
Cause I tried taking all my processed junk output, putting it into a DI box that takes balanced to unbalanced. I put that into my Regency, and it hums. And and you're doing it, and you don't got no hum, and it sounds like $1 million. And I got all this crap, try to do it the right way, and I got hum.
You go to the front. You go to the front of the radio.
There he is. Mr. Rare Bear. How you doing there, Rare Bear?
Oh, I looks like you just go through the front of your radio.
I don't think that's rare bear. That's some clown and skip land.
Yeah, that's not rare bear. And it is going into the front of the radio. Certainly not going into the back.
Well, unless you drill a hole.
That's the deal. It's coming out and it's going into the radio. So there you go. So yeah, it's all there. It's all together.
I'll try to take the output of my processed audio and I put it into a DI box that goes through a transformer and then comes out unbalanced. So it's supposed to go into these radios. And it even has the ground lift. I can run the ground or lift the ground. I got a button there. And it's got an isolation transformer even. And I still got the hum going into the Regency. Like, what the hell?
You try grounding the chassis of the Regency to the chassis of the other stuff?
Yep. And doesn't do anything for me.
Hello, said my name.
Huh. How bad is the hum? Is it really loud? And do you still get audio?
Oh yeah, there's audio. In fact, I could switch over to that, and you can check it out for yourself if you want.
It's not too much trouble for you.
It'll take me a minute, but yeah, I can do it.
Come on. I was just telling that guy, try a Zoom. All right. And you'll be very pleased.
Good Lord. What's all this nonsense?
I don't know. See what he started?
Yeah, we need another CME here.
I got more rack gear and microphones than radio equipment.
That's just wonderful.
Is this old 2990 working? Come on. 817 rather than 2990. How about it? Come on.
Yeah, bounced input. My XLR socket. That's what it is.
Try Zoom. All right.
How many, hum.
I guess Pete's still humming because he doesn't know the words.
That was actually my next sentence.
I'm not humming anything. Hello, radio.
Oh, there he is. He's got a carrier. Now all he needs is some audio.
All right. Hello. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be working.
No hum. That's the good news. There's no hum, but there's no audio.
Oh, hang on a minute. I gotta turn everything on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You gotta have power to it.
I didn't turn everything on. I didn't turn on the reverber. Another piece of equipment online. There's no hum, is there?
I'm not hearing any hum. At least not a loud one.
Why is it working now? How's the audio level? Too much? Too little?
Sounds like it's severely limited.
Oh yeah, because it is limited. Let me turn off the limiter. All right, now I'm not limited.
That's a little bit better.
Well, I don't want to screw everything up for my settings for my normal operation. But yeah, now how did I get rid of the hum then? Wow, it's working, driver.
Yeah, it sounds kind of thin though. You know, it's got a lot of mid-range and some highs, but there's not a lot of low end at all.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to screw up my EQ, but yeah, I can. Let me see if I can add some bottom end to this thing. Hello, hello. Wow, feedback much. Why am I feeding back? But anyway, I added in some bottom end. Now, is that noticeable at all?
Yeah, a little bit. It's getting a little bit fuller.
Yeah, I got two. I'm using both channels of the EQ, and I got one that I'll screw up, but I don't want to screw up the other one.
Yeah, well, I'll take a picture of it, and then you can revert everything back to where it was.
You get into the crazy world and get into automated faders that you can have presets.
Yeah, or I can be like Charger and do some of this nonsense. Breaker.
Almost.
All right, you really want me to get whacked out? I'll go whacked out.
Yeah, you're kind of up there in Chargerville now.
Yeah, that's not where I want it to be, though. I think I want it to be somewhere around here. I probably screwed that setting all up.
Get out the grease pen, man. Just mark the dial, where to go.
Yeah, well, it's got this silly little scale thing that's hard to read. I think it's somewhere around there is where I normally have it. Probably got a lot of compression going on, too.
Yeah, it does. You can hear it.
But that's because I had to crank the mic gain up. Let me see if I can ease this off a little bit. Let's see. Hello. And turn this up. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. How's that sound?
That sounds a little less compressed.
Yeah. I'll use more mic gain on the radio and less mic gain on the system. So anyway, oh wow, I can't believe it's working then. What the hell did I do different?
I don't know. Maybe it's afraid of me.
That's cool though. Now I'm off to the races.
Yeah, you gotta learn to take pictures of your settings and then throw them on that. Well, they don't have a computer down. Well, I don't know what you got, but you need to do that so you can go from one to the other if you're going to use the same setup. The same EQ setup.
Yeah, well, the way I got it is I'm using both channels of the EQ, and one's before the processor, one's after the processor. And the one is set where it needs to be, and the other one I'll fool around with, and at least I can put the other back to where it was by copying the first one, if you follow that.
You gotta follow your own route. I'm not going to follow it. But I get what you're saying. You had it sounding pretty good about 2 minutes. Well, not 2 minutes, but maybe a minute ago. It sounded pretty good. Not where you want to be, but it sounded like a good stock mic.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What do I need? More? I can give you more, but then that starts to. Now I have to adjust the compressor because now I'm compressing the hell out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to over compress it, but you can tell. Yeah.
Let's see. I know where the compressor's set at. So let me. There we go. Oh, that's less compression. There we go. 1 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Right there should be. Right in there's probably pretty good.
Yeah, you're starting to get some weird artifact in there, a little rumbly going on.
Well, yeah, because I'm hitting the clipper. Now I'm hitting the clipper. I got too much audio. 1 2 1 2 1 2. There, that's a little bit better. I'm still hitting the clipper though.
Yeah, just crank the mic gain on the radio up all the way, and then you don't have to, you can back off on the gain of the other stuff, and hopefully it won't slam it into compression.
Yeah, the mic gain is all the way up on the radio. All right. Well, here's where I run the levels. That's where I run the levels on the DIY as far as gain.
Evidently, the DIY has a lot more internal gain than that radio, because that's really low.
All right, let's try the preamp. Let's bring the preamp up and leave the other gains alone. Well, I'm starting to hear that, and that's not really compressing the snot out of it either.
No, but it's overall low.
Overall low. All right, well, I'll give you a little bit more. Oh, there we go. That's probably a decent neighborhood to be in. Break off.
Yeah, I think Night Train would approve.
Yeah, well, now I can have fun in another sandbox.
Well, you can never have too many sandboxes.
Or too much fun.
You just gotta be careful though. You don't want to let the cats anywhere near your sandbox.
No, keep all the sandbox in the sand pile.
You mean the cat box?
Yeah, keep all the kitty litter in the cat box in the sand pile. Oh, this is cool. Why is this working now and not humming? That's weird. I don't know what I did different, but I'm glad it works. That's too cool. Now I'm going to screw it all up and make it work here, and then I'll have it all screwed up for there and have to set it up all over again.
Yeah, you have to go back and forth with Dave, a dozen times. He'll yell at you for messing with it.
Yeah, I'm going to drive him nuts.
Sounds good here too, Pete.
10-4 driver. Well, this is my $12 pile microphone.
Oops, I had my mic off.
It was you with the buzz.
Nah, not enough beers yet. I got a solution for you. So what you do is you're using one EQ in, one EQ out. So what you do is that dual EQ you use that for your output. So you can switch between your two different settings, and then you just get another EQ that would be your primary input EQ. So then you can have two different settings on that secondary dual EQ for the two different style radios.
Oh, now we're really getting complex and try and keep it simple, stupid. But yeah, it was enough using the two channels. That's all right. I don't know how much I want to screw around with it right now as far as that goes. But I get what you're saying. But that just means more money that I don't want to spend.
Get yourself a single band ART 31 bander. Have that for your pre-input.
Well, I got this 31 band 2-channel, and one is before the processor and one is after the processor. And it was just to kind of make things easy, so I would only have to use, let's see, 1, 2, 1. There we go. So I can screw this channel up and leave the other one alone.
Oh yeah, so you're using the one you said you're actually EQing the microphone, and the second one you're EQing after all the processing.
Yeah, that's correct. But right now I'm only using the post processor EQ. I turned the other channel off.
Yeah, in my world, you gotta watch doing too much EQ for free and then too much EQ post. It gets crazy. I always EQ after all the compression and all that stuff, processing.
Well, that's why I set it up this way, was so I could try it out and see what I liked, whether I wanted the in, the out, the both, whatever. Since I had the option to do it, and the gear was already here and the cabling and everything else, it was recommended to me to only use one channel on the input and don't do anything else. But I being the experimenter that I am, I couldn't leave well enough alone, and I wanted to pre and post process EQ because I can mostly.
Hey, I completely understand that.
So anyway, is this sounding reasonably good then on just this one EQ that I can screw around with?
Not bad.
What does it need? High frequency, low frequency, mid range, what? Or nothing?
I would say low end. Your mid and high seem to be okay.
All right. Well, where does the mid range end and the low end begin frequency wise?
150 hertz down.
I'm looking at 5K to 1K is where your peaks are.
All right. Well, I've got from 31.5 to 160 pushed all the way up.
I'm sorry, 512 to 1K. You're peaking hotter in the 1K area.
So bring the 1K down. All right, I can bring 1K down. 1.25, bring that down. 1.8 will bring down. The 2K, I bring down a touch. 800, I'll bring down a touch. There you go. How's that?
See, that's going to be the problem. You're still shoving all this wonderful processed audio into a radio that's 300 to 3,000 hertz limited.
Well, yeah. Well, it's obviously not going to work as well through this Regency as it does the DIY because it's bandwidth limited, and the DIY is kind of not. But as long as I can, come up with a combination that sounds better than a, stock mic P104 or something else, it's all about compression at this point.
Right now, your level is about on par with a decent stock mic. The tone quality is clean, clear, train approved. But you're not, you don't have that 70 CB kind of sound. It's smooth, and it's not real punchy. It's like I said, it's on par with a stock mic, but it sounds cleaner than a stock mic. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, and JR's doing that without any processing whatsoever. Well, I got more mic gain. We can make it louder. That's about 3/4 of the way up on the gain, and I adjusted the threshold on the compressor a little bit, so now I'm getting about 4 dB of compression.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. Kicked it up a notch.
I should screen record my RTA with you two talking, because Dave, you're between 256 and 512 and 1K. You're lighting up the screen, and then Pete, that middle area you're a little lacking in.
Now he's lacking in the mid range.
Yeah, below 1K, between 5K or 512 and 1K, it's a little bit light.
All right. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Now, does that make any difference?
Yeah, you're starting to light up the red a little bit more in the middle.
All right. Well, I can push up the mid-range some more. There's more to go. Push up the mid-range. Now it's sort of like, flatlined in my scale right in the middle on the mid-range. My high end is pulled down and my bottom end is pushed up.
Yeah, back down that mid-range again. You're starting to get a little muddy.
The interesting thing is all the audio I'm seeing on my RTA is between 256 and 2K. There's not a lot of lighting bars going on above that, below that.
You gotta also remember, Joker, your radio is bandwidth limited on the receive side too.
Yeah, you're limited on your receiver, and I'm limited on my transmitter. So all the either end of the spectrum ain't gonna work out so well. But I did pull down my mid range a bit.
Yeah, I think that's where my misconception happens between, or not misconception, but confusion happens between this kind of audio and the audio I deal with.
Yeah, the audio you deal with is wide open. These radios are deliberately designed to be active between 300 and 3,000 or 3,500 hertz. Anything above or below those numbers are rolled off.
Yeah, 10-4.
So all these adjustments I'm making at below 250 hertz ain't really doing anything?
No, I mean, you're getting a little bit in there. 250 hertz might work. 200 hertz, 125 might help you a little bit. If you brute force enough of it, you can maybe overcome the high pass filtering in the radio, the roll off, and compensate a little bit. Kind of like what I do with the Washington with that Echo Max microphone. It's not. It's designed to not go below 500 hertz either.
Yeah, well, this microphone is studio mic. It's like 20 to 20 on the mic, but yeah, the transmitter's not going to pass that. I want to know which do you like better, setting one, Or setting 2, setting 2, setting 2, over, over.
I like 2.
And that's kind of strange, because all that is a switch between 6 and 12 dB scale of the EQ setting, and it's on the 6.
That just changes the severity of the change.
Right. And I would think the 12 would be more than the 6.
It probably is. There was more, but when you went to the 6, it took out whatever it was that was making you a little bit muddy.
Yeah, so the 6 is better. Like, all right, the range. So it was too extreme on the 12.
Yeah.
Aha, I said. That's a big 10-4, good buddy. Copy, 10-4, Roger. And I'll see you on the flip side, flippity dippity doopity doo.
Yep. I hope you had your headset on.
No, but I can hear. My headphones are plugged in to the output of the limiter. It's loud enough that I can hear it sitting here. That's all good fun, though. So, Joker, the DI box then was the answer to make this work into the CB radio.
Is that what you're doing, the DI box?
Yeah, I got a Pile cheapest DI box I could find on Amazon, Pile PDC 21, and it has a ground lift button. And right now the ground is off, and there's a 3-step attenuator. The attenuator is not on, but yeah, it goes through a isolation transformer, so it takes the balance to unbalanced.
Yeah, good deal. Told you that's what you needed.
Yeah, it seems to be what I needed. 10-4, it's working, driver. Oh, cool. Another sandbox for me to play in, as long as I stay out of the cat box.
I don't know everything, but I know something.
Yeah, well, that was the answer. And that wasn't even that expensive either. I think it was like, I don't know, $15 or something.
Yeah, the one I said, I think it was, I bought a couple, two. Pile PC1s, I think, what I got. I don't think I had the attenuators on them, but yeah, that's what I told you was probably the issue.
Yep, that was the answer. Yeah, it's PDC 21, but yeah, that was the answer. All right, now I can fool around with different radios and use my processing gear.
Good deal. I don't know much about these radio things, but I know one thing about something.
That was enough to get me more educated in the direction that I needed.
Yay.
Hey, break. Oh, good. Go ahead, break. Thank you. Who's on here? I hear Joker out there and the rest of the gang. Good evening there, JR. Hey, good evening there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good to hear you. Yeah, you're sounding good up this way. I got you anyway. And hello, Skippy. I heard you in there too.
Got flip-flop in tonight. Good evening.
Not the one in Birmingham. What up? Yeah, I hear you out there in Birmingham too. Hello. Old JR, Pennsylvania said that. Wow, there's a whole bunch of guys jumped in there. No contact round DH land. Not the one in Alabama standing by.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much going on. Just a little bit.
All of a sudden, the door swung open.
91, JR.
Yeah, I heard him, but there's a lot going on, so I don't want to, I do it my own, my friend. I got all these fellas, and I be surfing on all of them, right?
My golly, good Molly, Miss Molly.
Good golly, Miss Molly. I go to your gun, I see you.
Oh, the door is wide open on the skip land now.
That's good timing for me to say goodnight then.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a high note here where things are working. So before it's not working anymore, I can go to bed happy.
I hope it works when you turn it back on. Hey, I got a question.
I got an answer. Even if it's not a real one, I'll make one up.
I was going to get Joker to read this one and see what he got on the readings that I'm giving him.
Where'd you go, Joker?
For a radio check, and Joker had to take a pee break.
Yeah, I guess you're not going to get it tonight, JR.
That's okay. I'm just kind of curious. It's all right. No biggie.
Well, I'd be kind of interested myself because you're just using, the mic into the radio basically, and I'm using the same microphone as you, but all kinds of EQing and processing and limiting going on.
Well, I got my EQ too. It's not just going directly to the radio; it goes through the EQ.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that.
I'm not hearing the gate like I usually hear. That's better ear for all that.
I don't know. I have no ear for this. I know some guys out here do. That's why I play out there and see what people think.
There you go. But then you get 100 different opinions.
Yeah, well, and then you take with the ones you like and discard the ones you don't.
Well, that's why I wanted him his equipment, whatever he got going on over there. I was just curious about all that. He has the numbers, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway, I think I am going to say goodnight. It's been another fun-filled night. From the shelves to the trash to the EQ. We're all good, man. Catch everyone later.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to follow right behind you. Go out on a high note. Things are working. Thanks for the fun, everyone. Check out the video gate. Be uploaded sometime tomorrow morning. And I may even put in last week's. I just might do it, so I'll be surprised one way or other. 7-3. Again, thanks for the fun. 441 to Spitfire Countywide Radio.
Yeah, do it. More video gates. I want to hear my Comstat, damn it.
Catch you, Pete. Catch you, Dave.
Catch you later, Dave. Have a good one. Good to hear you guys in there. Pete, we'll catch up with you later. Yeah, it's sounding okay. You got it better than what you first started out with, that's for sure. Yeah, you cut out too fast. I didn't get to put in my 2 cents.
Good night, Sandbagger, and good night, Spit. No 2 cents for you. Good.
No 2 cents for me. I'm the 2. I don't even know. I'm nothing. I'm just sandbagging.
1, 2.
Oh, you're in there, but there's other people in there too at the same time. 10-4? Oh yeah, 10-4. I just wanted to get my 2 cents in there on Pete's microphone. I actually think it sounds pretty good.
1, 2.
No, it doesn't.
That's the same microphone you got, JR? Yeah, that's what he was running there, but he was trying to set the EQ up when he first came in there. You know how it is when you first hook it up, and he has to play with it a little bit. But yeah, same mic. Yeah, you gotta dial it in. Yeah, that's right. 10-4. Hello, Goose. I heard you out there.
What's up there, old JR? My meter ain't working. Here we go.
Oh, you turned off your beep. That's what happened.
Yeah. Some trucker didn't like it. I was talking to.
The trucker don't like the bucket mount beep.
Yeah. I was talking to him. He was going someplace. I forget where he was going. But yeah. But I'm on the right channel now.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were.
I'm 19.
You were on 19, but I was up there and I didn't hear you.
If you didn't hear me like 10 minutes ago, then you wasn't on the channel that I was on at that time.
Oh, this was a while ago. This was like an hour ago before I came up here.
I don't know. My base was on 19. Still is on 19.
Okay, well, flip-flops out there, everybody. Flip-flops out there. When I get off the mic, nobody key off because flip-flop's going to try to call out.
Yeah.
Alright, what happened to flip-flop? He turned it off?
All I hear is skip. So I hear right about now. dip land out there.